So something I've learned to look for with clients and potential clients that I encounter when they report a nice big savings number and everyone's really excited about it. They say, $300 million worth of savings or $200,000 worth of savings. It'll be different depending on the industry. But wow, good job, everyone. And they're celebrating, they're excited. But upon a little digging on where these numbers came from, it comes out that these are identified value. And in my line of work, what that means is that a gap has been identified and there is a potential to create that much value if you close that gap, if you solve that problem. So it means that those savings exist on paper or in a spreadsheet so far. They haven't actually made it through to the bottom line of the company, to the real life tangible result that we would need to see. So it means that a metric has been identified and a gap has been found. Here's where we are. Here's where we feel we could get to. And if we close that gap, it's going to be worth this much money. It's sort of like coming up with an idea for a book and creating a cover with an illustration on it and getting the title in the right font and making it all beautiful, and then calculating the royalties that you're going to get from this book becoming a bestseller as though it's already money in the bank. You see the problem. You're skipping a few steps. You still need to do the work. You still need to write the book. You still need to sell those copies. It might be more, it might be less. We don't know. And you still have to do the work to capture the opportunity. And that's what, more often than I ever thought, that part is getting put to the side. So back to this case of the company with the $300 million savings. They might be really excited for having found those gaps, and they should be. And I would never say not to get excited about identified value or target savings, because creating that hype and generating that buzz is so critical to getting the momentum that will sustain the energy that is needed to go after those savings and actually do the work over the next 4 or 6 or 12 months, depending on the opportunity. Lots of things can go wrong. Maybe you can only close half the gap that you originally thought, or maybe you can do more. You can't count on that number as being actual impact that you're going to get. It's a target, it's an aspiration, and it needs to be treated as such. And companies can be tempted to take these targets and treat them like they're actual savings, which I think is a huge mistake. Not only because you're actually shortchanging your employees when you don't actually implement the changes that you've identified. This isn't just about creating value or saving money. It's also often about changing the working conditions that your people are working under. It makes their jobs easier. And if you don't actually move forward with implementing the changes, then they're not getting the benefit of it in their day-to-day work lives. It also hits me close to home because it makes it sound like lean practitioners like me only deal in theoreticals, that we only know how to move numbers around, and it creates this cynicism that it's all just smoke and mirrors when we come up with these big numbers. It absolutely is not. The first part of the process is to identify the savings. The second part is to capture it. And then you have to keep score as well to report back the actual savings. And it is hard work. And I completely understand why people just wanted to call it a day after the identification of the savings, because that's not the hard part. That is the starting part. That is the jumping off point. So in short, identify, get excited about those opportunities, then go do the work and capture them. And if you need the support of a professional practitioner like myself or someone within your company, by all means seek it, as it will be more than worth it in the long run. Thank you.